Hello Cub fans, and welcome to another edition of the Chi-Town Daily News Sports Chat from the Zebra Lounge. With Mike and Andrew, I'm Mike, and today we're going to be talking about the very downtrodden Chicago Cubs. Right now, ball club's got one win in May, and we're about in the middle of the month, and it is not looking good. What can this team do to get out of this tailspin here?
They can, well, I guess get healthy. I don't want to blame it all on injuries, but that'll help. I mean, their rotation was thin to begin with, but they're kind of holding on, and it looks terrible right now. Maddox is kind of
starting to show signs at his age.
Yeah,
I had heard some guy on the radio. I can't remember the guy. I wish I could be more specific, but he described the rotation as a 40-year-old, 3 rookies, and a psycho.
Yeah.
And I laughed for a couple seconds. I was like,
Oh, he's talking about the Cubs.
Right. And it's just ugly. And they're scoring, they're averaging about 2 runs a game right now for the month of May.
Yeah.
Nobody seems to be picking up the slack when we desperately need somebody to do it.
Well, where's Ramirez, too? I mean, he had this great spring training, and he's doing nothing.
He showed a little bit of life in San Diego. He had a couple
bombs, but
nothing with consistency.
No, not at
I
all.
think historically Ramos has been a warm weather hitter. He heats up when the weather heats up, and that's why he does well in spring training.
Well, Derek Lee was a warm weather hitter too until last year.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He took his game to a new level. You would have loved to see Ramos do that. Ramos, at the end of the year, assuming no horrible injuries, he'll put up big numbers. But by the time he does, it could be too late. I'm not throwing in the towel by any means, but it looks terrible.
It's a
right
tough
now.
division too.
It is.
Central.
They're closer
to
the Pirates.
Are the
than
Reds
the
going to
Reds.
hold on? Probably not. I think we could all agree on that.
Not enough
but
arms.
it's still, with Houston and St. Louis as good teams and Milwaukee up and coming, it's still a lot of good teams up there.
Right now, though, you're looking at a division. If the Cubs are included, I don't know, but you could have 5 teams over 500.
Yeah.
Even if Cincinnati doesn't hold on at the pace they're at, I don't think they will.
They're still going to get respect.
Milwaukee, they're both going to be probably over 500. You're playing each of those teams 19 times. That's tough. I mean, and obviously St. Louis and Houston, it's really tough. I gotta tell you, when you open up this segment, you sound like Bob Uecker and in Major League. Hey, folks.
Yeah.
That's
all we got. One goddamn hit.
Yeah, it's it sounds like a little. That's how I
That's
feel.
the way I feel. Absolutely.
Maybe the end of maybe the end of the movie. Maybe that's more like how
we're gonna need it
that way. I'm hoping.
Take it, Marty. I'm in the bag.
So it's been a painful stretch for the Cubs, and make no mistake about it, they are swinging the bats for Dusty's job right now this year. I think if the team doesn't at least finish respectable, Dusty's going to be in a serious hot seat. They got to figure out some way to score runs, or they're going to die fast and quiet. That's the end of the story in my book. For Mike and Andrew, I'm Mike. Sam, please swing the fast Cubs.